小酌一场没有终点的梦，又能怎样？香烟从未散场，又怎样？纵然百孔千疮，只能够战胜残酷，只能去圈住迷途。他要走的每一步，不犹豫，不彷徨。这夜的星光长什么模样？用善良捍卫原则立场。多滚烫，燃烧着理想，能调御锋芒。别沮丧，那些失望梦想，都终将绽放，终将绽放。
What floor are you going to?
What's your floor?
It's the same as yours.
Well, is that so?
Press the button.
Why don't you do it?
Well, ladies first.
You have no idea what her floor is, don't you?
I can just go to the guards and watch what you watched.
Really now? Then I'll just simply tell the guards there that you are in an unstable state. You have no control, so you can't watch the videos I saw. Also, that they should ban you from this place altogether.
Then I can just post her photo online. I will say she's someone I met by chance. I have always thought about her, and she is my true love. I'll ask people online to help me out.
All right. Fine, I'll take you to her. But first you have to swear that you're never going to tell Feng Yin anything about this woman, especially where she lives.
Why is that?
I'm afraid Feng Yin will try to harass her.
But you're not afraid of me harassing her?
You're not that shameless.
Thank you for the compliment.
That's not a compliment.
Just how long do you plan for us to stand here?
You have to promise me one more thing. Whenever you go to see her, I have to be there with you too.
I promise.
You can't exclude me.
Will you just please press the button now? Hello, I'm Luo Bing. I'm with the Chun Law Firm. Dai Xi is my assistant. We've come here to talk to you about something.
I'm sorry. I'm busy right now.
We both know what you've done. Why don't we talk about it for your sake?
Go ahead.
To protect both of our interests, we need to record this conversation.
You can too.
I have that there. I'll get it all.
Then you must have a video of that particular night in question and everything else that happened in this room.
You only have 5 minutes starting now.
You can give us a copy of that surveillance video. It won't take more than 5 minutes.
That is an invasion of my privacy.
You are suspected of framing.
Why don't you just sue me then?
Because I knew you when you were only 12. You had a different name back then. I think you remembered what all of these are. To be perfectly fair, Feng Yin had one of the best conditions for reconciliation for you.
Right. And that's how you were able to convince my mom. So she signed the agreement and took the money. It wasn't long before everyone knew we did that. We lost everyone's sympathy soon after, including the family who hurt us. They didn't apologize to me or even felt guilty about what they did. But those were the best conditions for reconciliation, right?
But you can't blame the lawyer for the things that happened to you.
Who should I blame? We were the victims in this matter. Just because we agreed to a settlement and took the money, people made up rumors that we were doing this for blackmail money. My dad was really sick that time. My mom didn't want to tell him because she didn't want to upset him. But he found out what she did. He got angry and started picking fights with her all the time. He asked my mother, "Your daughter was badly beaten, abused by others, and you as her mother, how could you agree to settle this with money?" He was very angry and sick. He died soon after that. People should have dignity. My dad thought he didn't have any.
You still can't blame the lawyers for what happened to your family.
And why can't I? They are the lawyers. Out of your trust and respect for them, you signed the papers, you just signed them. Why can't I blame them for that?
But then we tried to make it up to you.
And your solution was a suggestion for me to change my name and move to a new place. So we sold our house. But people recognized me anyway.
Yes. You changed your name to Huang Jue. It was Feng Yin who asked me to take your mom to the police station for assistance. Then you wanted to study abroad. And you needed a large cash deposit for
My
it.
mother borrowed all that money for me.
Feng Yin asked me to transfer it to her. I have the transfer receipt right here. If you don't want to believe it, you can always ask your mother.
I visit my mom once a week now. She doesn't even recognize me.
I'm sorry. And now that you know everything, there's something that I would like to ask of you. Can you prove Feng Yin's innocence?
Please make an appointment to see me.
I just got back from Huang Jue's place. Her case was very sensational at that time.
Feng Yin got you involved in this case. You were his assistant during that time.
I came here to ask you, why did you trick him into going to Huang Jue's house?
It was Feng Yin who wanted to go there. I just went along to accompany him.
Then why didn't you tell Feng Yin who Huang Jue really was?
Feng Yin was the lawyer in charge of her case. He didn't even recognize her, so how was I supposed to know who this girl really was? You know, to me, she's just a volunteer who was ardent about public welfare. It so happens we use the same gym, under the same fitness coach.
My mother isn't very lucid most of the time now. But I do know that she's been upset about signing the agreement settlement all this time. She always felt that she was cheated by a lawyer. Gujie told me it's better for the doer to undo what he's done. If Feng Yin could somehow apologize to my mom, maybe she would stop being depressed and recover her memory. So that's the time when she took Feng Yin to...
As far as I'm concerned, you bribed the girl with something, or threatened her in
We
some
didn't.
way.
I went there with Mr. Luo. We recorded the whole conversation. There were absolutely no bribes offered or threats made to her.
And it's also possible that you did the bribing and the threatening before you started making that
No, we
recording.
didn't.
Well, words aren't proof. You say you didn't, and I say you did. The truth is, no one really knows what happened, if anything, between Feng Yin and Wang Jue in that room on that particular night. Fine. Let's present this to everyone and we can vote again. We'll have two options. Option A is your version of the story. Feng Yin got drunk at the girl's house and then he fell asleep, and the rest of the night was pretty much uneventful. Nothing happened between them. Option B? You bribed the girl and fabricated this ridiculous story to suit whatever your selfish needs may be in order to frame me and drag my name through the mud. If we present this and we vote again, do you think the partners will choose A or B?
I would like to remind you that there's a camera in Wang Jue's living room.
But not in the bedroom or bathroom, so you still can't offer any proof of what happened that night.
Do you know what I'm holding in my hand? This is a memory card from a dash cam. It's from your car. Any talks you had are on it, including the ones that you had with Wang Jue. It was after Feng Yin fell asleep at her house. Wang Jue gave you a call while you were in the car. You told Wang Jue not to worry or send him to a hospital because you gave him just enough alcohol to make him pass out. You also asked Wang Jue to think about the exact price that she would like Feng Yin to pay to soothe her dad's spirit and for all the misfortunes she and her mother suffered after what he did to them. If we cast our votes again and I play back whatever is recorded on this memory card, who do you think will the partners believe?
You're so manipulative. That's why you swapped my car out.
In order to achieve the goals of justice, especially when your opponent lacks any sort of morals or principles, sometimes we have to do a few things that seem to be less than noble.
That's something that I taught you when you were just an intern.
That's right. So thank you. I've always remembered that from you. Now you have two options as well. One, you have to stay at home and rest because of your poor health. Two, you can still stay working in this law firm, but your office needs to be moved to another one.
You seek revenge for the smallest grievances.
Oh, I haven't finished yet. No matter which option you choose, you have to tell everyone that you made a mistake in this matter. Embarrassed? Well, I can also offer you a more decent excuse. For example, just say that you received an anonymous complaint call. You took it very seriously, but it only turned out to be an April Fool's joke. So now, you have to go to Feng Yin's office and give your most sincere apologies to him.
在角逐一场没有终点的梦，又能怎样？硝烟从未散场，又怎样？纵然百孔千疮。只能够战胜残酷，只能去圈住迷途，他要走的每一步，不犹豫，不彷徨，这夜的星光长什么模样？用善良捍卫原则立场。
Actually, you can stay here.
I'll just move downstairs.
You don't need to move.
I'll write a report.
No, that's all right.
Then what do you want?
Humans are not saints. We all make some mistakes.
You're a master at chess? You win because of your enemy's mistakes.
No, not at all. You don't understand chess.
But I know you. You force your opponents to make mistakes.
You tried to set me up in a trap.
Oh, you forced me to set you up. You and I co-founded Chun Law Firm together. You're not very sociable. You dislike small talk. You couldn't open a firm up by yourself. It was me. I'm the one who convinced you. I recall telling you, my biggest strength is my communication skills.
In the beginning, we took on cases that other law firms were afraid to take
Our
on.
biggest challenge wasn't to take on cases that other firms wouldn't touch or other lawyers were afraid to take. It was
Lack
our...
in resources.
No one wants to believe in a newly established law firm.
Yes. In normal daily life, litigation doesn't happen very often. No matter how good your service is, even if you win your cases, you only get a few regular clients. I mean, who wants to go and appear in court all the time?
So, it was I who built up our social network. I went to parties to solicit clients to be their long-term legal advisors. I was the one who got our first clients for the law firm.
So, on the wall of the law firm, I mean the wall we've had from the past, your picture and mine were side by side in the first row. Just yours and mine were on the first row.
And then you started to push me out.
No, I didn't.
You did. You had the position in the law firm, the authority. Everyone sucks up to you. And me? Luo Bing took my clients away from me. Did you say anything?
Luo Bing didn't steal your clients. It was your clients who weren't happy with you.
You've never spoken to me that way before.
I used to.
You used to. Rely on me. You depended on me. You trusted me. And you needed me. What about now? You have others to depend on now, and others to lean on. So it seems you don't need me anymore. I have my regrets. I sacrificed my youth for Chun, devoted all of my best years and quality time to it. Now that Chun is prosperous with lawyers and ample resources, I find I have nothing more to offer it.
If you want, you can come back. Anytime.
I'd like to take those who will come with me.
As long as they're willing to go with you, I won't stop them.
Thank you. I'll take Hu Yao, Dongfeng, and Zhang He. They're my clients.
No, you can't.
You just said it was all right.
I thought you were talking about lawyers here.
Of course I meant clients, not
Of course
lawyers.
you can't take
Why
them.
can't I take them? They're my clients. I've worked hard to maintain them all these years.
All clients belong to Chunjing
They
Law
only
Firm.
became clients of Chunjing because of me. Because I'm in Chunjing.
You are thinking too highly of yourself.
Well, I can prove that to you.
My attitude is still the same. If you want to come back, you're welcome anytime.
Mr. Luo, there's still something I don't quite understand. A 16 gig dashcam can record 100 hours at the most. Even if it's a 64 gig, it can only record 400 hours.
And so what?
You said Guche's dashcam recorded all the conversations that she had with Huang Chue.
It's an impossible feat.
But then at the time...
I was betting that she didn't know.
But what if she did know that?
She wouldn't know about that.
Why's that?
Because she is Gujia.
Are you trying to say she's stupid?
No. What I mean is she's not a bad person.
What do you mean?
People who aren't bad enough would feel guilty if they did something. Because she knew that she had done something wrong. I just told her that the dashcam records everything that she does in her car, including her actions and conversations. So her brain immediately tried to recall every wrong word she ever said while she was in there. She wouldn't waste any time thinking about how a dashcam works or how many hours it can record.
Oh, you're right! I get it now!
How is that case with the niece suing her uncle going?
I visited Wang Lichun several times, but she ignored me.
That's not an excuse for you not to go and see her.
That is olive oil. It's the royal oil of Spain, with hundreds of years of quality assurance. Come look at its original packaging. It's healthy to eat, and it's also good for the skin. It's very reasonably priced.
Oh, excuse me. Can you write down office supplies on my receipt?
No, the receipt only lists what you purchased.
Oh, well,
You're
thanks
welcome.
anyway.
Oh, please wait your turn in line.
Oh, I didn't come here for a receipt.
If you could sign down here, please.
On the line
yes,
here?
that's right. Okay, here's your card, madam.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, this is my business card. I've tried to get in touch with you before.
Dai Xi, paralegal. What can I do for you?
It's about that lawsuit that you filed against your uncle.
That's right. The case has already been filed in court.
Your uncle wants to talk it over with you. He just
There's
wants...
no way that's going to happen unless he gives me half of the property.
When your grandparents were both still alive, they made it clear to everyone that the house belonged to your uncle. You and your mother have signed a commitment that you wouldn't ask for any part of the house.
That's not my signature. And my mother's gone now, too.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Can I get my receipt here?
You can scan the code and get the receipt yourself.
All right,
it's
thank
over
you.
there.
Miss
Listen
Wong,
to me. You're just wasting your time. It's non-negotiable. If he doesn't agree, then we'll let the courts decide. And I'll agree to whatever decision they make. There's nothing to talk about.
Mom, do you want some water?
Why did you call me Mom? I am not your mother.
Well, then whose mother are you?
Huang Jue.
But I am Huang Jue.
Are you Huang Jue?
Do you remember me? Mom, do you remember these men?
Yes, I do. They're both lawyers. What are you doing here?
Madam, we came here today to offer our apologies to you. We didn't thoroughly think about what our actions would do.
that niece of his is so bullheaded. What did she say to me? Oh, she told me that she didn't participate in that commitment at all and that she didn't sign any papers. She said since she's registered there, she's entitled to half of the house. What's this?
These are the materials used for the Wang Li-chun's resettlement after her house was razed in the Nantai-wen demolition.
Then she doesn't meet the requirements as a resident of that house.
That's right.
Oh my gosh! Where on earth did you find these papers?
I'm just good at my job.
You're really awesome! My treat, order what you want.
No. You're helping me, so I'm the one who's going to treat you. Uncle Yu is an old friend of my grandfather. Order whatever you want. Go ahead.
I'm ordering now. Get whatever I want, right?
Yeah, whatever.
I want to say, I misunderstood you before.
I was a very young man way back then, eager to gain success. So after that, he's been active in issues about public welfare and tried very hard not to be a ruthless lawyer. It's just that the law is impartial.
Gujie was influenced a lot by me. I always spoke ill of you whenever I was in front of her, especially when I came to visit my mother here. I always felt so sad, so when I was in a bad mood once, I told her I wanted revenge. But actually, all I needed was a way to vent.
Yes, I understand. Actually, Gujia and I have been friends for many years.
By the way, how can we make arrangements to pay you back all the money you lent us?
No need for that. It's all right.
Please, no. That money has to be paid back. I have to give it back.
All right, if you really want to do that, go and find a charity fund. Donate it to the people in need. All right, we'll go now. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye. Take care.
Don't play dumb. What was that all about? What was what about? She said that you lent her mother some money. That's nothing really. Tell me. Do you remember that one time when her mother came to the firm to meet with you, and you asked me to see her? I do. And so? She told me that even though the house had been sold, they moved away and changed their names. They were still recognized by other people. She felt unsafe. So she wanted to take her daughter to study abroad, but they couldn't afford it. So you lent it to her? Actually, I told her that we raised money for her through kind donations. How much? Why do you want to know? You're gonna pay me back? No. I'm just curious where you could have gotten so much money. My wedding money. Now I know the reason why Lan Hong didn't marry you. I'm not that selfless. And by the way, it was Lan Hong who didn't want to marry me. You got angry at her, so you ended up giving the money away to get back at her. Well, there's no use in keeping it. Lan Hong owes us a bill of 16.5 million. Boss, just a kind reminder. That's one of Hesai's clients. Hesai already sent them a letter. And how did they reply to it? There was no reply. They didn't reply? Didn't our legal counsel contact their legal department? The other party is a family business. Her husband is the chairman. Her husband's brother is the CEO, and the legal director is Lan Hong. So what's Hesai planning to do? To sue them? No. I don't agree. When a law firm decides to sue their clients, they'll both suffer great losses.
If we don't sue, we're the only ones who will suffer. I'm sorry. The door was open, so I let myself in. I happened to be walking in, and I heard you talking about my client. For this kind of client without integrity, we should take them to court. We have to let everyone know about their horrible behavior.
Oh, you just happened to hear. Such a coincidence.
You're implying that I was eavesdropping on you guys.
Well, weren't you? You were just passing by?
Now, hold on a second. I wasn't just passing by. I'm here to see Mr. Feng. I have to make some necessary explanations.
I'm talking to Luo Bing right now. Is it urgent?
That's all right. Whatever I have to tell you, Luo Bing will find out soon enough. You two have no secrets.
Luo Bing, don't go. Sit.
The reason why I was on Gujie's side earlier during the vote was because I thought that what she was saying sounded very reasonable. Before a lot of these issues were clarified, I also thought that you weren't really suitable to be the managing partner. But now that everything is crystal clear, you're back in your office and everybody's happy.
What did you want to explain? I didn't understand.
I don't think I made a mistake standing by Gujie's side. Not back then or even now. I didn't commit any mistakes doing that, right? But if you think I was wrong to do that, or you think I made an error in my judgment, or if you think I'm not suitable to stay and work here at Chunjing Law Firm, or if you want to use me as an example for others, that's fine. I'll resign from Chunjing Law Firm. Actually, Gujie came to talk to me, and if I wanted to, I could go with her. We could set up a partnership. We'll open a new law firm.
Hesai, no one ever said they wanted you to leave.
Good. Great. Then I choose to stay and work here at Chunjing. I promise. I'll make you proud. As for the 16.5 million debt, I think we need to take legal action to deal with this kind of rogue client. We must never give in. We have to sue them.
No. We can't sue them. Dagung Law Firm's legal actions on their clients is an example. They may have won their cases and got their money back. However, all of their clients, along with all of their subsidiaries, including their Party B companies and their business partners, decided to terminate all of their existing legal contracts with their law firm. Compared to what they lost, what they got back from their legal actions was near next to nothing. I'm not finished yet. That doesn't even count the damage that was done to Dagong's reputation. When a law firm sues for cheating, the client can countersue them for being unprofessional.
How can you win their lawsuits if they think you're being unprofessional?
That's because clients think they're always in the right and that they deserve to win their cases.
Lan Hong wouldn't dare say that to me, okay? Both our cases lost in the first and second trials. And when it went to the higher courts, that's when I helped them to win it. That is why they signed me a long-term legal advisor contract.
It seems that you don't understand what I'm saying to you at all. I'm not really in favor of a hasty prosecution. Lan Hong has a lot of liquid assets, tens of billions. This case took years in the first and second trials. This is not just a simple case that only concerns money. They took their case to the higher courts because they wanted to win regardless of the cost. Think about it. The most important thing for such a large company is to make sure their reputation is clean. You two can talk it over. Filing a lawsuit should be our last resort. Let's figure out if there are any other solutions before we use litigation. Then first we need to figure out who the biggest obstacle is in this.
Oh, it has to be your ex-girlfriend. Hey, maybe this way you can get your money back.
Will you get out of here?
But this is Mr. Feng's office.
Well, now I'm kicking you out.
Xiaoshu came to see you just now.
What did he want?
He wanted to explain that he really didn't want to move into your office before. Gujia arranged it.
Are you telling me that they actually forced him to move into my office?
That's exactly what I said to him. What's up with you?
Nothing.
It's fine if you don't want to tell me.
The boss just gave me a very hard task. I'm in a dilemma.
Lan Hong. I always knew this case would eventually land across your desk in the end.
Any suggestions?
I heard her husband is sick, gravely ill. He's in the hospital, and it's quite serious. Their company is a big family business with a lot of subsidiaries. Her husband owns 60% of the shares. He has a son from a previous marriage, already an adult. He owns 20%. Her husband has a younger brother. He's responsible for the operation of the company. He too owns 20%.
What about Lan Hong?
She has no stocks. She's the legal director in name only, but she has no real power. Lan Hong has a daughter herself. I heard her husband's family prefers sons to daughters. Her husband goes home to meet with his family every spring festival. He goes home with his younger brother, and sometimes with his son. Lan Hong takes her daughter to their family home for New Year's dinner.
About the money they owe us.
Her husband is in the hospital now, getting treatment for his illness. Do you think it's appropriate to ask now? And besides, you two had a relationship in the past.
I knocked first.
Yes, I heard you.
I called your ex-girlfriend just now. She's the legal director of her husband's large company, and her husband's the chairman of the board. So I told her that we need to talk face to face.
What do you mean, we?
Yes, I said we. I told her that it's you and me. We're going to see her together.
Wow.
Why, wow?
I wish you all the best. I hope it goes well. Good luck to you. Well, to the both of you. Luo Bing, hi. Lan Hong's waiting for you inside.
Good. This is Hasai, my colleague. Lan Lan, her younger sister.
It's nice to finally meet you.
Well, you see, now I'm working as my sister's assistant. Mr. Hesai has been demanding his counsel fees from us, so I'm the one who gets all of his emails and replies to many of them.
Then you can give each other your phone numbers to talk directly.
I don't have my phone with me. Let's go inside.
Yes.
You're here to give me an ultimatum, right?
We came here
To take care of you. We are here to care for you, yes? And the chairman? How is he holding up?
Maybe it's better if you ask that from his
Lan
brother.
Lan.
I'm just telling them the truth. His brother won't let you go to the hospital.
Oh, that's because the doctor said that stroke patients are easily excited. He's scared that if he sees me or our child, he'll get excited.
So, who's in charge of running the company right now?
His brother.
And does he have any other brothers or sisters besides this one? Are his parents still alive?
Hosai, I think you're going too far.
No. I just want to remind you of a few things. If your husband's side, his family members, their family structure and dynamics seem to be very complicated, it's better to make a draft of his will as soon as possible. Luo Bing, am I right? Do I have a point?
Oh, yes. Have you two exchanged your phone numbers yet?
I'll get your number.
Yes, of course.
Sis? I think Hesai has a very good point. You should put a note about the will on the next agenda.
And the will has to be notarized. And we need some witnesses, okay? Our law firm offers such services like getting a notary seal. Sometimes a company owner dies suddenly, and their family members would fight each other. Lawsuits like this could go on for years. We've seen a lot of that,
Lan,
right?
show them out.
No, wait, I'm not done yet. Especially in a family business with a market value worth 10 billion like yours. Once you,
You're here to get your money, aren't you? Then why are you even bothering to pretend to care about me and my husband? I'm telling you both right now, his brother's in charge of the company and everything that comes with it. His real brother. You can ask him for the money. I'll give you his number. You can also tell him what you just said to me face to face.
I think he would really appreciate it if I told him about drafting a will.
Excuse us. We should go now. Take care of yourself. I hope your husband will get well soon.
But I'm not done yet.
Yes, you are.
What? Hey! I haven't finished yet.
No, you're done.
My sister has been very moody lately.
Yes, we understand.
Can I have a quick word with Lan Lan?
Go ahead.
He gets very talkative around pretty women, and so...
No, you're setting me up.
You see, he's a blabbermouth, this guy.
Remember to accept my friend request.
Yes,
Find our
I
way
will.
out.
Hey, stop!
Thank you very much.
Hey, I wasn't done talking to her yet. Why did you pull me out of there?
By the time you were done talking, they would have kicked you
Well,
out.
what about our 16.5 million?
Now I know why you couldn't settle their debt.
We came together. I didn't see you get the upper hand either.
We're not here to get the upper hand over our client.
As a lawyer, you can't just tell your clients the things they want to
And
hear.
you can't just blurt out the things that they don't want to hear either.
I just don't get it. She's a lawyer herself. Why did she react so strongly?
Her husband is still in the hospital. They don't know what's going to happen to him. And you were talking about a will?
So when do I bring it up? After he dies? Can a person write a will when he's dead, huh? We need to talk about it when they're alive, right? And besides, who are you going to talk to after a person dies? The law doesn't recognize a will that's been drafted after their death. Hey, what's going on here? You think I was just opening the door for you?
Do you want a tip or something?
Didn't that seem strange to you? I mean, usually, when the husband is sick, generally speaking, and it's just common sense, the wife is the one who goes to the hospital to look after him. But in their family, Lan Hong isn't even allowed to see him at the hospital.
Well, that's an issue in their family.
I don't agree with you. The marriage law and law of succession are all about family matters.
But that applies after all disputes are settled.
Listen, a good lawyer seeks to help their clients avoid any sort of disputes even before they
The
happen.
premise of helping clients is to get their approval first, but if the client doesn't accept your
Whether
help...
she accepts it or not, I want to do my obligation as a lawyer, and that's to remind her what's necessary.
And that's when they fire you and throw you out.
Fire and throw me out. That's what you see.
What about the truth?
The truth?
Hi, Mr. Hesai. Thank you so much. My sister was in a bad mood. Please forgive her. Your reminder is very necessary. She sent a message just now to Sun Chaoye, her husband's brother. She asked if she could visit him, but she was told her husband was transferred out today. We asked which hospital he's in, but they wouldn't tell us, so we have a few concerns. Do you have any suggestions?
You hear that? That was from Lan Hong's sister. She sent a voice message. Shall I play it again? First of all, okay? She expressed her sincere gratitude to me. And then she asked for my understanding. And lastly, she wants to see if I can give her any advice.
So, what advice are you going to give her?
You're about to find out in a minute. Hello, Miss Lan. First of all, thank you very much for your trust in me. Here's my advice to you. What are you doing?
Tell me your advice first.
Why should I report to you, huh? Why am I supposed to report to you? Why am I supposed to report to you, Luo Bing?
So you mean that from now on, we go our separate ways and leave each other alone?
一想到你呀，白天和黑夜都没留意，因为有了你，因为有了你，一切都有了意义。在疼痛的肩，也有被依靠的力气，在疲倦的心，一想到你，也就会幸福洋溢。因为有了你，一切都有了意义。在疼痛的肩，也有被依靠的力气，在疲倦的心。